WAEC and NECO examinations has been made easy by the Lagos State Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education with the Eko Learners Support for WAEC and NECO Candidates television program. Join seasoned teachers as they take you through these core subjects: mathematics, English language, physics, chemistry, and biology, targeting the exact syllabus of WAEC and NECO. Watch Eko Learners Support for WAEC and NECO candidates on this station. Learners can also connect with Eko Learners Support for WAEC and NECO candidates through these social media platforms to access more educational content and give their feedback. Eko Learners Support for WAEC and NECO candidates. Pass your examinations with flying colors.
Hello learners, you're welcome to Eko Learner Support for WAEC and NECO candidates. And in this video, we'll be learning another aspect of mathematics, and that is algebraic expression or substitution in algebraic expression.
Eko Learners Support, a support program of the Lagos State Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education for WAEC and NECO candidates.
Okay, what are those things that I want to achieve in this class? So students will be able to substitute values into expressions. Students will be able to rearrange equations or formula by changing the subject. We also call it change of subject or formula. All right. So substitution into expression. We have learned expression in our various the last one of the videos that we have made before. And here I have these questions for us to be able to substitute values into expression. So question number 1, if m equals to -4 and x equals to 2, y equals to 5, and r equals to 3, find the value of the expression. You can see the expression. In our earlier videos, we have looked at what is x, what is y. X and y, they are just representing something. So in that case, they have given us now, if x is 2, y is 5, and m is -4, and r is 3. Can we substitute that? So in this case, we have 5x So we have 5x minus 2y over my. Now, let's see. What are those things that we can see there? We can see x there, yes. We can see y. This is y. We can also see m. This is m. And that is y again. Yes, this is just an extra information given there. So which from this expression, we don't actually need it. So those needed will be substituted. So meaning that we are replacing those. Anywhere you see m, we want to replace with -4. Anywhere we see x, replace with 2. Anywhere you see y, replace with 5, and so on. So let's quickly do that. So it means the expression becomes 5 into bracket x. 5 multiplied by x. Another way of writing your multiplication is just to put it in brackets. Minus 2y. Minus 2y. 2 multiplied by y. What is the value of y? 5. Alright. Divided by m. What is m? m is what? -4. Multiplied by y. What is the value of y? 5. Okay. So what will that give us? 5 times 2 is what? Is 10. Minus 2 times 5 is also what? 10. divided by minus 20. Wow, since our numerator is what? 0. So we can see 0 divided by minus 20. And that will eventually give us 0. So that is that. The second one, using a equals pi x squared minus pi y squared. Find a when x is 0.2 and y equals 0.2. Use pi equals 3.142. Alright, so in this formula formula is a equals pi x squared minus pi y squared. So our x has been given, this is x 0.3, y has been given 0.2, and pi is 3.142. So how do we do that? You substitute. Pi is 3.142. Yes, multiply by x squared. X, our x is 0.3. It means you square it, minus pi. The pi is also what? 3.142 multiplied by y. Y is 0.2. 0.2 squared. Okay? So let's use our calculator to do this. 0.3 squared. So you do that. 0.3 squared. And that will give us 0.09. 0.09. Yes. Multiplied by 3.142. Alright. Minus. You do the same thing. 0.2 squared. 0.2 squared. That will also give us 0.04. Multiplied by 3.142. Alright. So multiply by 3.142. We have for this we have 0.12568, and when you multiply this, we have 3.142 multiplied by 0.09, and we have 0.28278. So if you subtract 0.12568, the result is 0.1571. So it means using the value of a. So therefore, you can say that the value of a is 0.1571, provided that pi is 3.142, x is 0.3, and y is what? 0.2. Alright, I hope you understand that. Okay, it means all this, we should be able to change the subject of formula of these equations or formula. This is the formula, this is another formula, this is another formula. We have various formulae. So we should be able to, based on what we have learned, we should be able to make the subject of formula here. Now, let's just look at one or two, then I leave you to the rest. Okay, so this is A equals 2 pi RH. A equals 2 pi RH. We want to make R the subject of the formula. How do we make R the subject of formula? It means you also use the term isolate. Isolate. Meaning we want to isolate R. So if you are isolating R, it means all other ones that are there must be removed. So we have 2 here, we have pi here, we have H. So they must be removed. How do we remove them? Because they are binded together with the sign multiplication. So to separate them, you have to use the opposite of multiplication, which is division. So in this case, we say A equals 2 pi RH. To isolate R, you divide both sides by 2 pi H. Divide both sides by 2 pi H. 2 pi H. So that the H cancel H. The 2 pi cancel 2 pi, and we are left with r there. So the r equals a over 2 pi h. All right, I hope you get that. Yes. So the same thing you do here. You isolate r. But before you can isolate r here, you need to first isolate r squared. You get? So based on what we have done here, it means here directly we say divide both sides by pi h. Pi h. Pi h. What do we have? H cancel h, pi cancel pi, and we have r squared equals v over pi h. Now, we want to isolate r. So what's binding them here? This is square. And the opposite of square is what? Or the inverse of it is square root. So it means you need to square root both sides. So if you square root both sides, equals square root of v over pi h. This we cancel this, and we have that. So that is just what you need to do. For this, you can expand, then apply the principle, which is whatever that is binding them. If you need to isolate anyone, you use the inverse of whatever that is binding them together. All right, you can also try this based on what we have done, but here this is square root. So the opposite of square root there is what? Or the inverse is squared. So before you can do anything here, you have to what? Square both sides. So I want to leave you with those questions. And before we go, let's quickly look at our practice questions. Okay? So I have the question, given that y equals PR over m minus p square r raised to power minus 3 over 2. Make r the subject. Find the value of r when y is minus 8, m is 1, and p is 3. Don't forget, here we want to make what? We want to make r the subject. This is r, this is r here. Let me just, the clue is that the first thing is that you need to what? Remove this. And I've told you, you use the inverse. The inverse of whatever relationship we have to isolate. So try that in the next 60 seconds. You are welcome back. I hope you find it very interesting. All right. So let's look at it together. Given that y is this. Yes, this is a serious one. It's a radical, right? Yes. So how do we deal with such a radical? In our earlier videos, we have treated indices. So, and I think that should give you an idea of how you can handle that. Yes. So, what do we do? Now, you bring out the power here. This is minus 3 over 2. You find the multiplicative inverse of it. And that is what? Minus 2 over 3. Minus 2 over 3. It means you turn it upside down. It gives us minus 2 over 3. So, in that case, you multiply both powers by minus 2 over 3. Alright, so we have y raised to power 1 equals PR over m minus p squared half raised to power minus 3 over 2. According to what we have learned in indices, initial equation. So this is the inverse of this, multiplied by minus 2 over 3, multiplied by minus 2 over 3. And with that we have y raised to power minus 2 over 3 equals PR over m minus p squared r. In this case, the minus, we multiply minus to become plus. The 3, we multiply, we divide 3. 2 divides 2. And what do we have? We have 1. So it means we have something of this nature. We are making half the subject of the formula. So can you see here, in this case, even the next thing we can do here, anytime you see fraction, yes. When you see fraction, you can see we have a denominator here. You need to what? Remove the fraction. How do you remove the fraction? You multiply through by the LCM of the denominator. So, what's the LCM of denominator? We have just m as the denominator here. So, the LCM of m and 1 is still m. So, multiply through by m. We have m y raised to power minus 2 over 3 equals m multiplied by p r m minus m multiplied by p squared r. Alright, so it means this one we cancel out. Let's see, we have my raised to power minus 2 over 3 equals PR, but here you can see that we can factorize. Yes, let's see. We have done factorization in our earlier videos, so you can check for that if you have any challenge with that. So this PR is common. PR is common. We have 1 left minus. What do we have? That we have MP. So that is what we have when you factorize. Okay, so the next thing is we want to isolate half. We are making half the subject of the formula. So how do we do that? It means you look out for what other thing that is not half there. So this is half. Every other thing that is not half must be what? Eliminated. Okay, from that. So how do we do that? It means you are dividing through by p bracket 1 minus p. 1 minus mp. So you divide through my minus 2 over 3 divided by p into bracket 1 minus mp equals to p r 1 minus mp divided by p 1 minus mp. Okay, so this we cancel this, and this we cancel out this, and we are left with r equals my minus 2 over 3 divided by p 1 minus mp. Okay, so that is the solution to that one. So the next thing is find the value of r when y is minus 8, m is 1, and p is 3. Okay, so can we quickly do that? Yes. Don't forget the value of r, we have got that to be m y raised to power minus 2 over 3 divided by p 1 minus mp. Alright, so let's substitute. To substitute that, we have m is now what? 1. Y is now minus 8 raised to power minus 2 over 3 divided by p. P is 3. 1 minus mp. M is 1 multiplied by p is what? P is 3. So we have learned in our knowledge of indices, minus 8 raised to power 1 over 3. This is minus 2 over 3, but for the 1 over 3, it means the solution to that is what? Minus 2. You get it? Meaning minus 2 multiplied by minus 2 multiplied by minus 2 must give us minus 8. That's correct. So it means we have 1 into bracket minus 2 raised to power minus 2 divided by, this is 3, and this is 1 minus 3. 1 minus 3 is what? Minus 2. So in that case, we have minus 2 raised to power minus 2. We have also learned in indices, when we have a negative index, it means we are turning upside down. So it becomes 1 over minus 2 raised to power 2. Yes. 1 over minus 2 raised to power 2 multiplied by, this is minus 6. So that is 1 over minus 6. I hope you got that right. This is our numerator, which is this. It has changed to 1 over minus 2 because of this power minus 2. So 1 over minus 2 multiplied by, this is over minus 6 over minus 6. So in that case, this one will give us 1 over 4, and this is, okay, let me just use the space here. So this is 1 over 4, and this is 1 over minus 6, and that will produce 1 over minus 1 over 24, minus 1 over 24. So it means the value of R is minus 1 over 24. I hope it's same thing with what you have got. It's same thing. Wow, that's fantastic.
Eko Learners Support, a support program of the Lagos State Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education for WAEC and NECO candidates.
Okay, so with this, you just need to practice more, do more practice, and that is the only way in which you can achieve that perfection. So in case there are comments, questions, observations, you can always make use of our social media handles displayed on the screen. So thank you very much.
Acing your WAEC and NECO examinations has been made easy by the Lagos State Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education with the Eko Learners Support for WAEC and NECO candidates television program. Join seasoned teachers as they take you through these core subjects: mathematics, English language, physics, chemistry, and biology, targeting the exact syllabus of WAEC and NECO. Watch Eko Learners Support for WAEC and and NECO candidates on this station. Learners can also connect with Eko Learners Support for WAEC and NECO candidates through these social media platforms to access more educational content and give their feedback. Eko Learners Support for WAEC and NECO candidates. Pass your examinations with flying colors.